In nature, a seed virtually never germinates alone. Good morning and welcome to Willow's Green Permaculture. Come and join me today as I winter sow a whole bunch of food forest tree species. Come find out how you can protect your new tree seeds that you've just planted from the elements, how to protect them from the animals, and also how you're going to be able to find them when you're looking for them as they're just starting to grow. Because I like to plant them directly outdoors where they're going to grow, and so they're going to be surrounded by other plants and so on. But I use a wonderful strategy that helps me find those seedlings when I'm looking for them, and this same strategy will protect them from foragers and other little animals, and will also protect them when certain conditions might not be ideal for them to grow. So if this is something you're interested in, then let's get started. Here are some of the trees I'll be planting today. Hickory, Mapleleaf, Viburnum, Hackberry, and more in a moment. In nature, a seed virtually never germinates alone. It always germinates surrounded by other plants that are either germinating at the same time or are already growing. And many of these other plants are often beneficial to this new little tree or plant that is growing. So come join me and learn how to imitate nature and help the trees that you want to grow be protected from the elements, be protected from foragers, and how you can also use these different companions of your trees that you can plant with them to be able to more easily find your tiny little tree seedlings as they begin to grow. Because the best place to sow your trees is exactly where you want them to grow. That way you don't have to transplant them, give them stress and so on. Now, I will interrupt myself for a moment to say that it's the middle of winter, so I can't sow directly in the ground right now. And so I have to sow into pots. And the pots will be going outside. And I'm doing this because these seeds need to be cold stratified. So they need to be in the earth, outside in the cold. And so that's why I'm putting them in pots. But in the same pots as I'm going to plant the trees, I'm also going to plant the guild companions so that they can grow together, germinate and grow together. And they all require the cold stratification of being outside in the wintertime. You plant them where you want them to grow. You plant them in association with other plants, which will help you find them again and make sure that spot's taken for a tree that's going to grow and mature, feed you for many years to come. More of the trees I will plant today. Common hop tree, Ohio Buckeye, wild blue indigo, oak, mountain ash, quince, delicious big hip wild rose, Nannyberry, high bush cranberry, Smilax. Help your trees grow with planting pairs. Plant them with faster growing herbs that will protect them from the elements, they will protect them from the animals, and they will help you find them when you're looking for them to monitor how they're doing. It's February 11th today. I'm in the greenhouse. There's tons of snow outside, doing some winter sowing. I didn't record while I planted most of the seeds in this video, and I'd like to make a comment about planting the larger seeds for the tree nuts and other large seeds. So for instance, these Ohio Buckeyes and these Bitternut Hickory. It is important to bury them at least the depth of the size of the seed. So for instance, the seed is about 2.5 centimeters in diameter, about 1 inch in diameter. Well, it's important to have at least 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch of soil on top of it. And so you make a hole that's deep enough that it can go right down into that hole, and there's about the same amount of space above the seed as the seed itself. Just to show you, I'm going to stick another seed on top of that one so you can see. There, the other seed fits into the hole just below the surface, so that shows me there's going to be enough soil on top. And so I can just cover it up. And now I'm going to take the same thing with one of these Bitternut hickories. This is a lot smaller. This is about 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter. And so you have to make sure you got at least that much on top. Make a hole, Put it in the hole. Now I'm going to test and see if that hole's deep enough. Yep, easily a second one goes on top, so there's going to be enough soil on top of that seed. That's as much as you need, and so that's how they were done with all the others. All of my large seeded trees have at least 2 seeds in the pots, and then if they have smaller seeds, I might have put many, many more. So we got Hickory with Ozark Sundrops, Ohio Buckeye with Scarlet Bergamot, Quince with Evening Primrose, Hackberry with Native Ground Cherry, Mountain Ash with Yarrow, Mapleleaf Viburnum with Nigella, Wild Blue Indigo with Purple Stem Angelica, Tamarack with Catnip, Big Sweet Hip Rose with Rhubarb, and Mini Quince with Sorrel. That's this bunch right here. And I've covered all of these labels with packing tape in hopes that they don't fade. However, this is my backup document for this pot. Don't know what to do anymore about labels completely fading away. Put packing tape on top of your labels and then they won't fade. The first box is done. Now let's go on to the second box. Just put this off to the side while we work on the next one. Common hop tree, garden sage, Salvia officinalis. So the sage is going to grow a lot faster than the hop tree. It's going to reach a height of at least 50 centimeters or 1.5 feet in its first year. I'm always going to know where that hop tree is, even if I can't see it, because I'll be able to see the sage. The sage will protect the hop tree because it's an aromatic plant and the foragers don't like it. Virgin's bower with the oak. And here is the second box. So many of the herbs that you see here, the Virgin's bower, the jewelweed, the sage, the columbine, the velvet leaf, the curly dock, the spilanthes, the twisted leaf onion, the Ozark sundrops, and the scarlet bergamot, all of those are going to protect the trees and shrubs that they're growing with, either because they are aromatic or because they might be spiny or because they're vines and they make it harder to reach the other plants. Today's work. These were the wildflowers from a couple of weeks ago. Now here are your trees. It's time to cover them up. I'm going to cover them up with snow and branches. First dusting of snow, now I'm going to put a heavier layer. That should be enough snow for now. And I'm going to put some branches on top of that. All covered up. I hope you liked the video. Hope you found it useful and you learned something from it. If you found it useful and you learned something from it, then please share it with your friends. And don't forget to give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, then subscribe to our channel. Support what we do here just by subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.